Good morning, or afternoon. Sorry, afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, I can't even say it right. All right, how's it going there, Bodie? Picking up where we left off this morning. You know, really early. How you doing, Martin? Before I get this guy going too far. You woke just after I ended. Yeah, well, I started streaming at I don't know what, like 11 o'clock last night, if even that late or that early. 10 farm. Excuse me. This guy might not make it back. He's probably gonna hit something. Be my guess. And I think I decided I was going to just use the potato one. It's designed for it. Rather than these. These ones don't have it. I mean, I'm sure there's some modified ones that'll take the potatoes, but... No, excuse me. This guy will take care of that. You fell asleep in Dave's stream around 9 or 10. Yeah, it probably wasn't too much longer after that I started streaming. And then I ended at like, I don't know, 6 o'clock this morning. Dude stuck on the bridge. The bridge don't like the really tight stuff. Holy cow. You had said to me. I don't know what this thing has for a volume in it, but we're gonna go fill it up. Get it started, get the other guy filled up. How's it going, Jay Zambodi? We'll get him started on the field. 43 is gonna be Spuds. And then I'm going to have to get down here with some of my other planters for the other couple of fields around here, but we'll get them planted up. I didn't realize how wide this thing was. Holy cow. That's what she said. Sorry, chat, couldn't help it. I managed to get a little bit of rest anyway. One of these has potatoes in it. Damn it. Potatoes. Only 8,000. do 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 do. Is this not a direct planter? Nope. I guess we're not going to get him started on potatoes right now then, are we? Hey, don't crowd. How you doing there, Trigger? You need to go to Farm 2 logging, because I've been too lazy to redo those things yet. You're going good there, you're going good there. Finish plant your fields today, start with 5 fields. Oh, nice. It's a good way to start out, Bodine. Not 100% sure how I'm going to, set all mine up. I know this one's going to be potatoes. Probably do carrots and onions. Like this. This one will probably be oat because I need oat. We're putting sunflower in 46. So oat, sunflower, potatoes. I don't need sugar beet right now. I will have a sugar cane field that's getting moved. I do want to plant flax someplace and lavender. So if we're doing sunflower here, maybe I do flax and lavender. Yeah. Nice, there you go. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll do carrots and onions, oat, sunflower, flax, lavender. No, lavender, flax. Because I don't have any need for hops or tobacco right now. Peas or poppies, no real need. You know what? Instead of lavender, we'll wait and we'll put hemp in that other field. That's what we're gonna do. Oh, there they are. Yeah, because that's lavender and tobacco, right? Or lavender and hops? No, tobacco. Yeah, tobacco. So yeah, we're gonna put hemp. Yeah, we'll do hemp in that field. Do we plow this field, or do we just cultivate it? I think we're just gonna cultivate it. Get a lot of FERT contracts. Let's get this guy set up on that. And then while these guys are all working, doing their thing, we will get back to mowing. Alright, so we got one guy. Let's go FERT on 51 is where we'll send you. Donut machine's in and working. Well, in and, you know, looking good. I do have to take a new approach on the donuts. They're stupid high poly. So I've got to go in and fix those in Blender before I can use them. But otherwise, that's looking good. And then, how's it going, Brookie? MS Hunter 2566, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. How are you doing this fine afternoon? Then the donuts themselves, I might just scatter some around the building in, like, things. I'm also going to size them up so they're going to look massive, but then it means fewer donuts. Could call it GTF's, well, it's GTF Donuts, but I could always change the sign to GTF Jumbo Donuts or something. What I'm faced with right now is I'm going to have to square this field up. The problem is after I'm done doing all of this, I almost don't want to plant right now or start planting until I'm done mowing. Because once I'm done mowing and getting everything picked up, then I'm going to be resetting my precision farming. Um, well, I gotta paint this building, this field back to square. Then I'm gonna reset my precision farming so that it doesn't have fields where I don't have fields. I hate that you can't get rid of them in precision farming once you've planted them. You know what I mean? Once you've dedicated, well, this was a field. If you take out the field, it still thinks there's a field there. Even if you rescan. Like if I come over here, there's no field here. Even if I go rescan, like I've rescanned this corner, it still thinks there's field there even though there isn't. And I hate that about precision farming. So, my score isn't super high right now. Thus, I'm not worried about taking a hit to my score. So, as soon as I'm done cleaning up this field to square, then I'm going to toss precision farming briefly and put it back in afterwards. Oh, I'll still make plenty of extra fields and stuff like that. I'm just going to put a little more forethought into it. Originally, I was planning on keeping sugarcane over there. That was going to be my sugarcane. But it ended up getting to a point where it was annoying to deal with. I got enough for now, Brookie. Doesn't help I had phone call in the middle of it, wake me up, which I gotta send some emails later about. And just overall it's kind of hot, so I didn't sleep the greatest, but I survived. I'm gonna have to fix it all, but the edges anyway. Not a big enough deal. Or not a big deal, I should say. Hey, how about you turn the thing on first? So yeah, I'm gonna end up squaring this up. This is gonna be my sugarcane field. Part of it. What I'll likely end up doing is, I'll set it up so it's kind of from this end down. If you have a save game using OneDrive, if I turn off OneDrive, if you have a save game using OneDrive and you turn it off, as long as it can still find all your mods and everything else, you shouldn't have an issue. You know, if you move your mod folder and load it up with all the same mods, it shouldn't care. Bless you. Yeah, if you use the mod folder switcher and you point it to your mods folder, then it shouldn't matter. Yeah, not a problem. Hello.
Hello.
What up, Neo? Trigger with 10 biddies. Thank you very much, Trigger. I do greatly appreciate it. How's it going there, Cope? It's a good external for PS. I'm the wrong person to ask that, Duramax. I have a PS4, never put an external on it, never really looked into them. So, that is, definitely not my forte. And the kitty treat redeem. What's this? His eyes just snapped open and I swore he smiled at me. Well, you can let me get it open first. Just in. And over comes Drake to steal them all. There you go. There's plenty for both of you. There you go. Today is the day. You should have enough material saved up to build your first bridge. Then get to it in 19. Oh, nice. Sea gates are good. Barracuda keeps coming to mind, but I think it's because it's a Seagate Barracuda. But yeah, I've never had a bad experience with a Seagate hard drive. They're usually pretty solid. Heck, half the physical drives I still have are Seagates, and I've had them for well over a decade in use, and zero issue. Six terabyte Barracuda. There you go, nice. Thank you, Brookie. Yes, Western Digital are also really good as well. I usually try to stick to one of those two because they're usually pretty solid. Alright, so we have a worker on field 43, 47, 28. The one on 47 may need some more seed. Samsung T7. There you go. Yeah, I don't even want to know how much we're going to end up mowing right now, but once I get some of this outer area done, I'll be able to set the worker off on the fields while I start baling some of this. So there is that. And then I do need to TED one of the fields for hay. Also, one field needs to be tedded for hay, and I do need to pick up a baler that won't wrap grass into silage, just to make sure I get some grass bales too. So the problem is, if I stop using that mod, I don't know if it's going to affect my bales in volume. It might. Billy's square baler. Which one's Billy's? If you're mowing on a field, so put it this way, Trigger. If you're mowing on a property that has a field, it's affecting your score. I'm not worried about my score right now because I'm doing this one last mowing, and then that's it. I'm done with mowing things that aren't fields. So I'll be making a field specific for mowing over by the central farm, because that's where I'm going to need all my hay and my straw and silage and stuff like that will be at that field. So I'll do all of my mowing there, and then everything else will be just straight fields. I'm even going to extend them to use up some of the extra border area, because there's no sense in saving it for mowing if it's going to affect my score. Nah, I don't need field 9, not so grumpy. I have a lot of fields to buy before field 9.
That's weird. I've mowed around my fields and it hasn't affected my score at all.
Oh, it will. Oh, wrong button. Well, I'm about to basically mow enough that it'll equate out to field 9. See? Because this field had been perfect. Same with this one. They were in the 80s. And all I've done is mow around the side of the field edge. Canyon crossing without? Yeah. You can absolutely play without precision farming if you don't want it. Why was the mod added? What? As part of the mod pack or to the game? It's part of the mod pack? Well, Dave had to make a custom version of it to use the compost for manure spread in the manure spreaders. If you want to use compost for fertilizer. And thus it was included for that, but otherwise you don't need precision farming. It only saves you fertilizer, saves you lime, it, you know, gets you bonus profit off of goods sold. So, I mean, if you don't want that stuff, you don't need it. As frustrating as it can be, there's still more upside to it, in my opinion, than not having it. Nope. No, I mean, you could literally take Canyon Crossing, and if you don't want to do any of the factory shit, you don't have to. Nothing says you do. I would still include the mods, or it will have issues in the map otherwise, but nothing says you have to do all the factory stuff. You can just farm on this map if you want to. I mean, there's people that looked at this map specifically for just mining to get the materials and sell them, but there's no sell point for the materials, so there goes that idea. Gonna do it all, just simply gonna remove precision farming. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's nothing that says you have to use it, but in my opinion, its benefits outweigh its negatives. Next, I've got a 62 on this field down here where I haven't touched it yet, but it's about to go down. Likewise over here at 55, it's weird. You wouldn't expect it to actually affect your score like that, but it absolutely does. See? Look. 47. I'm mowing along. Not touching the field. And I just watched it go from 48 to 47. Thank you for the stretch and the hydrate there, Trigger. Yeah, I got some more work done on it. I don't think my little fridge is working. I've got to go into Blender and fix the donut models. And then after that, I can get back to work on it some more. See? Look, now it's down to 45. And all I mowed was the edge of this property. Up over here. See? 44. And I'm just mowing down this right here. It's because what happens is you don't have any fertilizer or anything on that ground. It hasn't been plowed, cultivated, touched, weeded, anything. But you're still technically harvesting this ground, so it's counting as harvested, unfertilized ground. And down to 43, and I was at 48 the start of this pass. So, like I said, this will be the last mowing of fields over on this section of the farm, around this area. Then after that, I will be, basically remove it, save, put it back in, come back into the map. I'll have to repurchase all of my, soil maps, whatever, no big deal. But, I'm going to do that just to get rid of a couple of odd little ends Then once I have that field set for its dimensions, then I will take over and put the soil maps back, you know, repurchase the soil maps. What if you it doesn't, this area can't receive fertilizer, Bodine. Can't be rolled, can't be seeded, or can't be ferted. Fertilizer will only affect actual plowed fields. So this area here, and that's one of the reasons why it's destroying the thing, is normally when you mow grass, it gives you fertilizer towards the next planting. But it can't do that on these fields because, or on these areas, because there's no prepared field to keep that information in store. And it's down to 40. And it's the nitrogen and pH that tank. When you mouse over it, it's the nitrogen and the pH that just completely tank. So your fert and your lime. You get your score back up by, you know, taking care of the actual field. That score will go back up on that field the minute I go over the prepared field. The minute I mow that, my score's going to go back up. So now I'm going to go one more time this way, and then I'm actually going to set a worker off on that field, mowing the field, and I'm going to jump in another tractor and start my baling. Because the worker won't actually touch the... Collect 28 is now ferted.
Oh, I see what the difference is on my map compared to yours.
What's that?
I just bought the thing for just the field itself, not the whole land. My whole land isn't scored, just the field itself.
Oh, no, it's showing my whole land because I've turned most of it into field. These are my planted fields. I extended my fields. Right. So when you look, it's only showing where I had field. Like, I put field here and planted it in grass. Now, I've taken some of that field back out, but precision farming won't update to say, well, there's no field there anymore.
Okay.
Same with over here. I can go and resample these areas, but it's still going to think there's a field there, even though there isn't. That's why I'm resetting precision farming. So there's that one. We also have a fert on... We might as well send him in the other... We'll send this guy in the other direction. Let's send you off to field 5. Hopefully you can find your way there. You might be too far from a road. Too far from a road. And I gotta go check on that John Deere too. The one that's doing this field over here. Wonder if it's a bug or intentional. I don't know. It's like something about precision farming. When it's there, you can't ever get rid of it again. So yeah, I don't know 100% know if it's intentional or not. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Like my little fridge shit to bed. Yeah. Doesn't seem to be running. Resetting it will remove the areas that aren't field anymore. It basically will reset that. Average stream, bump today's areas. Play Diablo 4. Alright there, Mr. Cope. Take care of yourself. I mean, technically I don't need to reset precision farming, but it bugs me that I can't get rid of those field areas anymore, so I'm gonna take care of that quick. Just for my own bits. Mm-hmm. I think the little fridge is no more. Huh. I'll unplug it for a while, see what happens. It's just making a weird, like, squealing noise now instead of... Normally it makes the little hum of the... You know... thing running. As I'm about to knock over a ton of paperwork and other stuff from over here. That is a bummer. I like to have my little refrigerator. How quickly after planting do weeds show up? It depends on primarily, like, what did you last do to your field? Did you plow it? Because then they won't show up. Was it shallow cultivation? Was it deep cultivation? Because those affect the strength of your weeds. Plowed them all because it was day one. Then you won't get weeds. If you plow your fields, you won't get weeds. We'll clean up the edges and then set the worker off on this. For some reason, this particular cultivator does not like cleaning up the entire field. It leaves these weird little swoops where the guy turns around. I think the AI is set wrong on it, but I'm not sure. You see over here, you can see where the guy came in straight, spun around, and then like put it down and let it pull to straighten out. So it didn't actually square it up to the edge of the field before he started planting. It's weird. I might just change the horsepower requirements on that thing and go to that, but... You know, you have a lot of hours in 22, feel like a newbie. Really get into a map before CC. Yeah, it happens, Bodine. There, now we'll hire him off on a worker. You're going. We got a guy driving a field 5. That's a bummer. I like that little fridge. Yep, that sucks. $47 must be close to done. It is. That'll probably pop up with a fretting contract, yep. Now we need to go to 2 for oats. Let's go back to the farm. We'll get him some seed. And then we'll head and I'll send him off in the direction of 2. Here's him. Yep. No, you already had kitty treats. You don't need more. Ignore that I put those there. You have little crumbs all over my desk. Lick those up if you want more treats. Big turd. $905 so far. There you go, Bodine. How's it going, Mac? I have no idea how much I have. It's going pretty good there, Berserker. How you doing today? There. I'll reconnect all of that when I get around to the actual farmyard. Alright. Got minute 30 on one guy and 10 minutes on him. Yeah, as soon as I get to that corner, I'll set the worker onto this field. Buy a steering wheel, should have tomorrow if you're lucky. Nice. There you go. Alright, goes that guy. If I set a worker off, it should cut that little bit of grass along the edge. If not, oh well, I don't care. Fine, if you're not going to cut it, then I'm going to move you over. Oh, there you go. Did you get the heavy equipment side bundle, Berserker? Yeah, see? Now it's going back up because he's in the field. Oh no, I've done field 9 like 5 times over. I've harvested it twice, fertilized it like twice, weeded it a couple times, cultivated it once or twice. They're on for field 5. Or for field 9, rather. See, I like rolling while being able, or wrapping while being able to go and everything else, but yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. Heck with it. I was gonna try and change this out for a different baler that does that doesn't have the increased bale sizes, but I think that might affect my bales currently sitting in storage. Planning on using it for farming in American Truck Simulator. Nice. Yeah, ATS is one of those ones that it's definitely worth it to have a wheel. I still have a lot of side grass to cut, but oh well. Gonna be a lot of cutting and baling. And the big field there is gonna get tedded into hay. That way I have, all the hay for a long time. I just need one of my JCBs to finish its task, and then I can put it on the tedder. Contract on 9 is done. On 5, rather. Go bring him over to field 10 quick. There goes that guy. One of the heads for the swather on one HUD comes with a built-in tedder. That seems cheaty. I'll just send the guy off after, everything else. Eight R's, reach field 2. Sounds good. You need oat. There you go. Yeah, that's alright. I'll just stick to doing it this way. I like the swather that I've got. That head is nice because, I don't have to sit there and put it on a header trailer to get it around. Besides, I don't really do much actual, swathing. I just got that for the mowing side of it. Alright there, Berserker Ace. Appreciate the lurk, bud. Ah, painting, huh? Well, good luck to you. Wish the one you were using was easier to control when playing with an Xbox controller. Oh, that swather? Yeah. Canvas painting? Nice. We're already 10 bales in. Tried it first, couldn't go more than a few feet without doing a 360. Yeah, it can be pretty tough to control going in certain directions. Especially if you're going fast. It definitely gets a little tough. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Oh, shit. I meant to hit X and not that. Do you have to start at the northeast bridge? Do you own the land it's on, Cope? And no, you don't have to go in order. Um... You own this little piece? Or did you do the start with the Bascule Bridge? Yeah, I was gonna say, if you've got the Bascule Bridge, you need to own the water, but you should start with that water. No worries, Cope. Oh, it reminds me, I wanted to look in here. 51 is done. Alright, he's gonna be a little while. This guy's gonna run up this complete here in just a second. And then I'll send him to 7. There we go. Itch in the ear. Excuse me. Apologize, chat. So, no more little fridge? Apparently not. I'm gonna leave it unplugged for a while and see what happens. It's, I don't think the compressor in it's still running anymore. Like, it gave up. And if the compressor isn't running, then the fridge isn't running. Yeah, it does, but could be a lot worse. Alright, we're at 7 now. There's that guy. You're on your way to 20. You're just about there. I have to clean up after you again. Not surprised there. Oh, everything. Alright, there's that guy going. Ow. Hey, Gulp, if you're still lurking, I sent you a message in Discord. Hmm. I might go in and look at the other version of this off the mod hub and then look at this one and see if there's a... I might take the 180 sized out of wrapping. So I can do 150s of everything, wrapping, doing all that, and then when it comes to wanting grass, I can change it to a 180 and it won't wrap it. Damien8977, thank you for that tier 1 resub. I do greatly appreciate it, sir. How are you doing today? Good evening to you as well. There, get back in your place. One hair was sticking right out like this and I could see it in the corner of my vision. It's like the Japanese say, the nail that sticks out gets hammered. Or in this case, the hair that sticks out gets plucked. Been busy doing contracts? Yep. Same here. I got a whole bunch of ferting contracts on the run right now myself. The clean fill from the Goldmaster really serves no purpose other than it can be used as an alternate for gravel on the big concrete plant. Otherwise, you can just auto sell it for a little bit of extra money. What you doing there, beautiful?
And also lay down a landfill and sell it there too.
Alex had surgery, oral surgery today.
Yeah.
So I told her I want a video when he wakes up and he acts all goofy.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you can put the landfill down and sell it through the landfill, or you can just auto sell it. I don't think the price really changes that much, because the price is the price for clean fill. But it might, I don't know.
What was after the dinner?
a question. You know those are new cards, right?
Yes,
Okay.
that's why I put them there. Because they have like the whole chippy thingy and everything else on them.
Yeah. Yeah. This thing just makes a squealing noise now.
Probably got some hair or whatever stuck on it. Really might need to clean. Back of it.
I don't know. It just makes a squealing noise. And there's no vent or anything in the back of it really other than the little side vents. So I think it might have just gone.
$25.
Yeah.
Considering you've used it for what, 6 months?
Mm-hmm.
Not bad. We'll get one that's more expensive.
I was just thinking on that, but we'll discuss that part later. Supper.
Yeah, that.
That's what I was saying. We'll discuss that other part later, so we can get back to the supper discussion. Rather than, so to speak, kicking the can down the road.
It's hot, so
I know.
keep in mind.
Mm-hmm. Do we just want to throw something in the air fryer and call it a day, or?
I don't even know what we have to throw in the air fryer.
I don't know either. That's why I'm asking you. I know tomorrow's like a grocery day anyway, so. Definitely not a Princess Lorraine Kelly. But hello. Yeah, nope, bye. Family's doing pretty good there, Damien. What's going on there, Tony Truck? Thought I recognized the name. Piss off, troll. That's how we deal with that. Back to my wife's discussion about supper. What do I want for supper? What do we want for supper? Might just be a sandwich FFA kind of night. Question. Just put down the large chicken coop. Can't seem to put feed in. On the large chicken coop? The in-game one? Is it dumps in beside the little silo? Oh, the 5K one that Dave uses? I think the trigger's inside the building. I don't know. I'm not familiar with it. I only saw him messing with it that one day on stream. But I know he did say he changed the size of the building so that you could fit something in it to unload. Is this available to download? Are you talking about the map, Dax? Because yes, the map is available for PC only download. If you go to the SGA Trello website there, you can look under Dajnet's mods and get it that way, or you can use the mod folder switcher and download it through that. But it's a map and like 110 or 12 other mods that go with it. Yeah, not a problem. If you have any questions, do feel free to ask. I'll do my best to give you an answer for them. Supper, supper, supper. I think it might just be an FFA kind of night. Free for all.
When we can't figure it out, we usually have breakfast for supper.
I told my wife I wanted that for supper the other night, but we don't have the bread to do French toast.
Ah,
Because she likes to get Texas toast, nice thick slices of bread for it.
oh, for sure.
So I did discuss that with her. Again, tomorrow being a grocery day, she plans on picking that up so we can have breakfast for dinner tomorrow night. Would you know how hops works in this map? Yeah, so it's very similar to like the grape and olive orchards and stuff. You plant out your rows of hops using that. You do have to get a separate mod from the mod hub. It's the hops pack if you want to be able to harvest it. Hops equipment pack right here. And then this trailer is very similar to the way the orchards work. It drives along and just pulls them down on the ground. You put this on the front and drops them in, that type of thing. Not a problem, Tony Truck. Not a problem. Doo-doo, we're over 1,000 bales on this bale wrapper. This baler. Yeah, I think I might go in and take the 180s out so they can't be wrapped. And then I only need the one baler for doing all my bale work. I can just switch to 180s when I want grass bales, drop it down to 150, and I'll just tweak the capacities on the 150s to... Because JD only tweaked the capacities on the biggest bales, he didn't do the rest of them. Might go play with a few mods in a minute there, chat. It's sad that I've already made 40 bales at 15,000 liters apiece, and I haven't completed 2 circuits around all these fields yet. And this isn't even getting to the actual fields that are going to have higher yield than where I'm at right now. What, where Bodine, or where Billy slash JD tweaked the bale capacity, Bodine? Because it's a super secret extra file set. Would you like to know how, Bodine? Where JD tweaked it on the quick baler? Where is it? Quick bale. So what you have to do is you go into your mod description file. And try this again. So you come in here and you have to load all of these extra files, alright? JD pulled this from something else and then took out what he didn't need. But basically you're loading... Theoretically, you could get away with just doing these three here and lose all of these extra files to clean it up. But JD wasn't sure it would work, and he didn't want to go that far. But you need to change these object. Basically, you're pulling those out of the map. So you go to Objects. These are all the bales from the map. This is basically the Objects folder from the map. Then you'd go into the round bale. And you go in here. And these are the capacities for all the round bales. And what JD did was he took these numbers and he doubled them all. But that's how you would do that. This baler, Grumpy, is the quick bale that JD Fan edited. He went in and took the quick bale off of the mod hub and then changed the bale capacities on it. It's not super straightforward and easy, but that's how you would do it, Bodine. Sing it all around you. $42 bales and counting. But yeah, I think I might go in and clean it up and do that. I don't know. Yeah, this is based off the Vicon fast bale. And then somebody made an edit of it, put it on the mod hub called the quick bale, where it goes much faster. Yep, that's correct, Bodine. And yeah, this field is pretty good size. It's gonna get bigger, but it's pretty good size. I do not have a specific link for it, Grumpy. It might be in my multiplayer pack. I don't remember. It's been a while since I tweaked that file. I think it is in there, though. But then you're downloading a whole bunch of mods all as one big download, and... yeah. Billy did his the more normal way. Not if he increased the sizes of the bales. Like I said, JD did it quick and dirty. It could be done cleaner. But if you're increasing the size of the bales, then you have to include the bale files and edit the bale files. Love you too, buddy. Beep. Like I said, with this one here, it's only doing the rounds, so I could get rid of all the extra files. JD just put them all together because he wanted to be able to make sure it worked without having to fight with it. Yeah, that's the thing. In order to make it so that you have an increased bale capacity, you need to change the map bales. Billy might have, like I said, only done the ones that are affected by the baler, and then included them in a different manner without the objects folder and all that stuff. But if you look at his mod description, I'm pretty sure you're going to find it's got the bales in there. And how you doing there, Mies Man? Welcome in. Wow, you're only that far on that field? Holy crap. It's going to take a while, chat. You good? Just walking in? Well, welcome in. Welcome in. We are just doing our spring grass work. For the uninitiated, all of this is grass, so... There you go. I have to go down this way, circle back this way, then I can start following him on the field. So I started here, I went up, cut across here, here, through like this, all the way around. This way, swung back, and then I started as a worker there, so I can start doing the baling. I missed. Never knew anything about XML before you started messing with FS mods, so you're still learning. Yep, how's it going, Jaren? It's not super straightforward. Like I said, Billy did his a little differently, probably, because he may not have included all the object files. You really only need a couple. So I may go in and clean this mod up a little bit, just for the sake of, like I said, I want to take it so the 180 size bales don't get wrapped, and that way I don't need an extra baler. It'll just kick the 180s out the back and wrap the 150s. It would require quite a bit of XML work, but I'll clean it up, like I said, get rid of the other bales that aren't needed. But the problem is I'd have to go into the baler and mess with the baler itself to remove the 180 section for wrapping. And that might take a little doing to yank that out. I don't know if it's as easy as just deleting the section that does the wrapping or not. I don't know. You'd actually like to learn GE looks complicated? It can be, depending on what you're doing. Going good? Just got done working? Right on, Jaren. Yeah, you can see how much he's cut of that field so far. And how much still needs to be cut. But I'll be catching up behind him here shortly, because I'm just going to go down to the edge, turn around, follow that other line back. Then I'll be on the same field as him running back and forth. So we got our 2 FERT guys going. We've got our oat going. That's fine. And then it's me and the other worker. This guy over here is done. I'll just have to clean up the edges. We may go play with some, we may go do a little bit of modding here quick. 45 must be steeper than it looks. You help or go 9 in one direction and 4 in the other. Field 45. Is there even a hill there? That seems strange. I thought that area was fairly flat. What is it your workers trying to do, Bodine? And what piece of equipment are you using is the question. Are you plowing, you forgot a field? Which plow? Slacking off trying to get my Big Daddy's red plow? I was gonna say that shouldn't be a big deal, but it's weird that it would be going slower in one direction than the other, but who knows? Alright, so 7 is done. I think I'm going to send him to 13. Do I send him to 13? Because I'm probably going to have to do 2 here in a minute. Yeah, I'll send him to 13. I can always bring him back up afterwards. That'd take him 16 minutes to get to field 13. It's pretty funny. It'd take him 13 minutes to drive all the way through here. Alright, we're over 5 million bucks. Yeah, we're getting close to the halfway mark on the burnt forest. That's good. That's going to get cleaned up. Then we need to plow in potatoes. But I'm going to wait on the plowing of the potatoes, or planting of the potatoes, until I do the precision reset. I might come back to this field. Is that what I do? soon as I get to the other end of the field, this guy's getting stopped. We're going to go down and take care of tractor and plower matched. Yeah, if they're exactly matched and there's not a big difference between them, then that could be doing it. If they're exactly matched horsepower-wise and you start going up any sort of a grade at all, you're going to lose speed because you don't have any extra horsepower there. And you're having to take into account the weight of the tractor and the weight of the plow when you're going up that hill. Even if it is fairly flat, it wouldn't take much. Oh, it's weird. But like I said, if you've got any sort of a hill there and you're exactly matched in power, that will cause it. For sure. We'll come back and we'll finish wrapping this one later. I want to get that far field done so I can get it repainted to the right size. And then once that's done and we get this straightened out, whatever size it's going to be, this is fine, this is fine. So what if I have this stuff up here that will affect it? Not super worried about that. I just want to get that one little section done so I can get, ooh, excuse me. So I can get that all done, yeah. We'll get that field picked up first so I can paint it to the right dimensions. And once I've got that painted to the right dimensions, then we'll do the flip of the precision farming. While we're at it, I'll fix that other high-speed disc to what I want. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Like the way that sounds, that's what we're going to do. That way I can get to work on prepping my other fields. I'll probably have to redo a lot of the lime and shit like that. Not super worried about it. But we can get workers set off taking care of a lot of that stuff while I'm finishing the mowing and doing all that. Hi, Kiston. You come in? Hey. Hey, what you doing? Ignoring me, apparently. I'd love to say I'm surprised, and yet somehow I am not surprised at all. Yeah, I'm going to square this up. We'll get it planted into sugarcane, and I may still do an orchard at the other end. One of the orchards that doesn't need as much volume for, you know, like pear or something that doesn't use near as much volume as apples or some of the other orchards. Do. Wonder if Dave's going to use any of those textures I sent him. He shouldn't have asked. I sent him like 16 or 18 different images already that I know work well in a map as an image because I have them in one of my other maps. Is you trying to get to bed ready for sleep, Kiston? You just needing away? Oh, he's still needing away, but now something's got his attention. Well, Dave did say in Surf and Stream that this week is going to be a you know, like a decoration type week. And he said, you know, if anybody's got any decent looking textures, you know, that work, send them over, and you'll look at putting them in the map. And, okay. Careful what you ask for, Dave. I'm gonna have to check with him in a little while to see if anybody's come up with if he's planning on it or if anybody's come up with a wood chip texture. Because I did bring that one up at one point for the orchards. It'd be really cool to put down like a wood chip ground texture and then plant your orchards into it. I think it would look really good. Yeah, basically a wood chip / mulch texture. That's what I had mentioned was, it'd be nice to have like a mulch texture on the ground and then put your orchards in. Instead of having grass or something else like that in the middle or just painting a bunch of dirt. How's it going, Green Thumb? Little tired today? Whatever do you mean, Green Thumb? I said start, you piece of shit. Have a craving for donuts? What? Why would you have a craving for donuts, Green Thumb? Hello.
Hello?
What's up, JD?
Not much. How's it going?
Just cutting grass. Well, this field's alfalfa, but lots of grass. Trying to get this field done because then I'm going to paint it square for what will become the sugarcane field. But I want to cut this and take care of it first, then I'll repaint it all. Because once I'm done painting out this, straightening out this field, I'm going to be resetting my precision farming so I can get rid of the parts that aren't field, because precision farming doesn't like to ever think of it as not being a field anymore once you've scanned it.
Hey, Bodine.
So I'm gonna, I'll paint it square to the way I want it, and then I'm gonna take out precision farming, save it, put it back in, and that way, like over here where there's no longer a field, this area here where there won't be a field anymore, that type of stuff will no longer look like a field.
Mm-hmm.
That's my plan. See how that works. Originally, I was going to wait until I had all the grass cut and then do it, but I don't know if I've got the patience to wait that long. Because this is a lot of grass to cut, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did part of 48, and it's like, well, if I just get this done quick and then reset, at least when I'm finishing the harvesting on these, cutting of those fields, it will boost my score back up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
From the base. So it's like, yeah, if I just do that now. So skipped over to this field, baling, then paint it, and then I'll redo the precision farming. I suppose if that's what I'm going to do, I should probably sell that Asaria Scout thing now. It's only 12 grand, but I'm going to buy another one when I start back up with it all. $80 bales in so far, chat. Did come up with what we're going to plant for crops, too. It's going to be potatoes, onions, carrots, oat. And then over here was going to be... oops. $76 on field 3 yesterday. There you go. Contract on 20's finished. Can you find your way to 26 from here? Okay, you can. Perfect. Yeah, so we're going to have potato, onion, carrots, oat. And then over here was going to be sunflower, hemp, and... sunflower, hemp, and... might have been... soybean was I going to do over there? Oh no, flax. That's right, flax.
Just letting you know that it was ready.
Okay. Just save me some. I'll be out in a little bit for it. Yeah, see, this field won't take very long. Then we can paint it the way we want it. And be good to go. So, when's the last day of school for you there, JD?
2 weeks from yesterday.
Right on, right on. Yeah, I think mine are the 16th or 17th they get done. I know on the 15th it's going to be a lonely day here because the wife's going to be off to Boston with my youngest for his class trip.
Yeah, the 14th.
14th, there you go. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been down to Boston, but I can't take the walking. Sucks. That and at this point we're almost positive that my oldest is not going to be going on his senior trip. He doesn't really show much interest in their going to Europe or something like that.
I can't blame them.
Yeah, nah. Never wanted to travel myself. See, I feel kind of cheated though. Like my senior class trip was whitewater rafting. Don't get me wrong, it was a blast, but we literally drove just a couple hours away from the school, and that's where we went whitewater rafting. Like,
Oh yeah, our trip was just like a day camp that was like 45 minutes away. I mean, so what,
yeah, but these guys, yeah, let's go to Europe for a week. What?
Yeah.
I never had options like that crap. You know? Don't get me wrong though, the senior class trip was a blast. We actually had 2 guys fall out of rafts going down the whitewater. They're perfectly okay, but yeah, one of the guys in our own raft fell out of the raft while we were rafting. We're just looking around, and all of a sudden it's like, where's Carson? And then you see him bobbing along like a little, turtle on its back in the water with his hands and his legs up, just floating on his back. Oh, there he
So
is, paddle.
so I do tech ed, which could be anything from wood shop to I do photography and video and a little bit of robotics. That's what I do. But
Oh,
it could be
nice.
wood shop, could be engineering, could be, computer science.
Kuba44, thank you for the follow and the hydrate. Welcome into the channel. How are you doing today? And yeah, I got you, Bodine. Six Flags when you can't go on the rides is kind of like, yeah, no. But we went in, is it Three Rivers Gorge we went to or something like that? I can't remember what river we actually went to. But, we went through some company or another, and I want to say it was Three Rivers Whitewater was the company we went through. And if memory serves, we were on like the Kennebec or something that day. And they had a big pressure release. Basically, they knew the schedule for a dam on that river that would do twice a day releases of water. Because they had to release so much water, but the dam actually worked with this company. Alright, well, we'll do it at this time in the morning, we'll do it at this time in the afternoon or whatever for the whitewater, so it'll kick up make the rapids a little bit stronger, stuff like that. But then in between they would let the pool build, then release it again, let the pool build, then release it again, instead of just doing a slow, steady release. Doing alright there, Kuba. Oh, trust me, Bodine, some of the tech classes and stuff that my son's in, like, I wish those were around when I was in school. Like, he has the option of doing heavy equipment classes where they'll actually bring in excavators, fellers, a lot of the logging and forestry equipment. They'll bring it to the school in a back parking lot and let the kids operate it. Where was that class when I was in flippin' high school, man? The big old dummy that jumped off the... Oh, I saw that, yeah. He jumped off as a dare, and then nobody's been able to find him. They searched for like a day and a half and then called it off or something like that. It was dark out, jumped off as a dare, and never to be found again. Good job, genius. You are smart. SMRT. I mean, SMART. Color packs. But yeah, some people. Yeah, this is alfalfa field. It was wood shop. Yeah, I mean in middle school we had like wood shop and home ec and stuff like that. But when I got to high school, there was, you had shop class, which everybody referred to it as that, but it was auto shop. You did have the digital photography and stuff. Actually, as a matter of fact, I used to do I really enjoyed that class, digital printing and all that. Heck, I used to help the teacher design and print the adult ed pamphlets for the town, for the city. Me and a really good friend of mine, we spent a lot of time in that class until he tragically passed away our senior year. You're just gonna make a mess. I don't trust you. Finish the field myself. But yeah, now my kid, he's pre-engineering. They're making Arduino circuits and stuff like that. He's actually, as part of his pre-engineering class, they made these Arduinos that, do all kinds of different controls and stuff. And now they're working on integrating it with a phone-based app. So they're making their own apps to control the Arduino via a cell phone. Like, that's pretty flipping cool. Where was that when I was in school, man? I think I would have really enjoyed a class like that. Well, it's not actually grass, Kuba. This is alfalfa. It's one of the extra crops in this map. So it's technically alfalfa I'm windrowing. Grass field is next door. How's your map coming along there, JD? And by map, I mean your single player save, not making a map chat.
Right. So yes, thank you. Good. I bought that little pond in the south there and got clay, so I'm getting the brick factory going. Because I did put down the glue and the drywall, but obviously I got to build them. So.
Yep. Yeah, that's part of the funds from the Black Forest there. I got the glue and the drywall factories down. Still got to build them. I do have a pond now to start getting clay. I haven't gone to get any yet.
Which pond did you get?
I grabbed the one over by the, over here by the sawmill, 72.
Oh, okay, yep.
David talked about that one. I'm like, yeah, it's not a bad price. It's fairly decently where I would kind of want to get some of that stuff.
I mean, ideally, I would have gone with that one too, but I mean, that one in the southeast, yeah, it's a far drive, but it was only $130,000.
Yeah, well, I've made probably $6 million in wood chips, so
Yeah.
no loan left. Yeah, so the harvest income is basically all wood chips, $6 million. Plus, I also sold $2.6 million worth of bales right before, so it's like, all right, well, it's not that expensive of a property when you've got that kind of money in the bank. I'll just take that one.
Right. And then, the wood chips came from the burnt forest that you wood chipped?
Yeah, I'm about halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
I started chipping the wood for... how's it going there, Mr. Vito? Welcome in. I started chipping the burnt forest. I had about 1,400 trees cut. Yeah, around 1,400. I'm at 2,500 and I'm only halfway through. So like 1,100 trees so far.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of goddamn trees. Uh-huh. But yep, that's a lot of goddamn trees. I'm gonna go get this guy into position. We'll finish picking that up while the workers work on the contracts. And then as soon as that's done, we're going to pop out, take precision farming out quick, and I do want to adjust that high-speed disc horsepower.
I mean, I just put down last night. I just put down 2 houses and bought the bowling center. So it's like I gotta. That's what my focus has got to be because I'm broke right now. I got like
Yeah.
30,000 bucks. So, but I got to start getting some houses and getting some ramping up some of these productions that I have. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some of them were there from the AI voting. I had that in a couple fields, like 44 had stone in it, even though I've had it off since I started. I never did anything to that field beforehand, but it still had field stone in that one field, and I want to say it might have been because of Dave when he was getting the map ready. It might have ended up with field stone in it before he gave everybody the map, and once they're there, they're not going anywhere until you pick them up.
Yeah, because this is coming up. This is the first season. Once I get sugar beet, that's what's killing me right now. I had, all the grains and stuff, and I bought the grain meal extended and everything, and I got the bread extended, but I don't have my sugar beets. Aren't good thing I planted them. Aren't coming due. I'm in September. They're going to be due, in October. But it's like that's what's killing me now. Right now, waiting for
not
those.
having any yeast.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got the yeast going. Right now, one of the big things is all the bread is apparently fucking full. Holy shit. Let's go take care of that quick. I forgot I bought the bread thing. So I've been sitting here, hadn't cleaned it up or anything. I've been cleaning a bunch of my other productions. I forgot all about the bread. Thank you for saying something, JD.
That's cool. They stack 3 high. I didn't realize they do that.
Yep, 3 high, and it's perfect. At least with the big mana 2, you can pick up 2 stacks and then just back away.
Now, see, I might actually get that for over there because that to me is, better than moving 1 and 2 at a time here. I don't know.
Yeah, there's points where it's like super strength is great for throwing pallets around. I get it. But how quickly did I just move 6 pallets? Without making a mess, without having to do anything. Very little movement, just boop, 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 and off you go. It is not a whole lot of effort really in that. So if I can move 6 pallets that quick versus your super strength, and it's the same with the logs. I'm adept at it now. I've gotten used to doing it. So if I can pick up like 8-10 pieces of logs and stick them in the trailer all in one shot versus you at your super strength.
Right.
Plus, I get the realism side of it. I kind of like that. Why not? In places, I'll do it. Sometimes it's just, I don't feel like taking the effort, and I'm just going to grab the super strength and do it that way. I will do that occasionally. Especially if I'm down at, like, the iron, my blacksmith, and I just want to get it cleaned out quick so I can, get it producing again. I'll just shove them all out of the way. But in a lot of cases, you know what? I'll take the time. Whatever. Not a big deal. Not like it's a ton of effort. It's just quick and easy. Yeah, when there isn't stacks of pallets to move, just chuck them. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing, too. If they come out and they're only stacking 1 high, like the blacksmith, it only stacks 1 row high. So there's no real need for a forklift, because you're only getting so much out of it. In this case, there's a lot that stacks here, so it's easier to just move it with this than it is with super strength. I do the same thing too with the concrete factory. Alright, I gotta get just a couple pallets out of the way so it can keep producing, and I don't feel like grabbing my forklift to put them into the storage. I'm just gonna throw them off to the side type of thing. Then I'll just super strength them, you know? Works just fine. I do know I need to go into Blender and fix the donuts before I start putting them into pallets like this. Otherwise, there would be some very unhappy campers when they try to move those pallets. You know how in the butcher shop, Dave has the shelves with the empty containers on them, the plastic ones?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I took those and I put them into my donut factory. Ended up, I haven't sized the donuts yet, so I probably need to scale them up in size a little bit anyway. And I was just looking at them going, alright, no big deal, let me just stick these in here quick. Ended up with 15 donuts in one of those containers, but because of the topping triangles, that one container came to 2.2 million triangles.
Oh, jeez.
I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to scale that down a bit. Might be a little too high. But when I got looking at it, like the topping on the donut is like 136,000 triangles. Yeah, I can scale that down. I'll take it into Blender, decimate it quick to get rid of a bunch of the triangles. It doesn't need that much detail, who cares? And then I'll put them into the... Because I'd like to put them in boxes like this, so you can see them. But if I can't get it to a really reasonable level, then I'll keep it with the boxes it's got, and I'll just put an exterior image on it. And just have the donuts for around the inside of the building. And I didn't pay for the donut model, so it's not a big deal.
Right.
The donut machine costs some money, though. But I think it came out looking really good. I still gotta do some touch-up work to it and get the textures just right on it. I don't think one of the textures linked in properly. What's going on, Amaki? How you doing?
Did you ever bring up to Dave about the coffins being like drastically underpriced compared to the other stuff?
I mentioned it.
Okay, he didn't mention anything about changing that.
Not that I'm aware of. I also mentioned, you know, it'd be nice if the mortuary could hold a full round of coffins at once. Because it's only got a 15K capacity on it.
Oh, it does?
Uh-huh. And you can get between 20 and I've actually been getting upwards of 24 of each of the event items. So if you get 24 empty coffins, and then you go to fill them, and you can only fill them 15 at a time, that's kind of annoying. Another fun day in the neighborhood? Right on. I need to buy another heavy forklift for up here so I don't have to drive the bread one down here every time. Good enough. That's empty. The other thing too was I wasn't 100% sure when I was talking to Dave, like, is the are the coffins underpriced because I didn't have the graveyard down yet? I don't know, you know.
I don't know.